So today I'm going to bring you along for a little winter garden update and some seedling transplants. Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So a little bit of a different background. What's going on today? The first garden planting, and transplanting. Does that make sense? So I've got the gardening bug like a lot of you already do. And so I've started some starts in little, domed greenhouse things. But now it's time to transplant. So I had saved a couple of these 6-packs from last year. I washed them with hot soapy water and then a light bleach water rinse, and rinsed them real good. So they're nice and clean. There shouldn't be any fungus in there. Everything should be fine. I forgot that mirror's there. And I've got, look, green onions in the store. I'm just gonna say this out loud. They're ridiculous how much they want for them. You can regrow them yourself. So yeah, here in a week, I'll be cutting green onions from something I bought 2 weeks ago for free. Okay, so I've got those. And I changed the water. You just take the root end off. I don't know if you can see this. Take the root end off. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, but take the root end off. Give it a good 1/2 inch of the white and then stick it in some water. I mean, every time I change the water out. It gets kind of icky if you don't. And then you can transplant those into soil if you want to. You can regrow that green onion. At one time, I regrew green onions till they were 3 feet tall, and the stalks were huge, and I literally chopped all of it up and dehydrated it, and I had that delicious green onion flavor for soups, stews, casseroles for months and months. Actually, it was probably a couple years. It was a huge 1/2 gallon jar of green onions dehydrated. I'm not gonna do that this time though. So these little dome lids, they really, and you've got these peat pellets. That's what these started with, were these little peat pellets. Well, they don't last long in those. They get, they're kind of leggy. These are lettuce. They get kind of leggy and, they're wimpy. I'm gonna transplant them. Get them into some more soil and try to get them a little bit hardier. And I only got one cilantro plant or seed that said okay, and one of the butter lettuce, which is really odd. So, and over here, I have this side, I have tomatoes and Swiss chard, and like these tomatoes. So, yeah, these are tomatoes, right? So these little tomatoes, I don't know if you could see, you can even see at this stage, do you see the little hairs on the side of that stem? That is all available root. So I'm gonna transplant those into my 6-pack containers up to there. So let's get busy and get some soil. I've got some starter mix, and we'll just keep it in that, and that will be another 12 tomato plants. I want the tomato plants with a really hardy start. So we're gonna do that. And then I might take you outside because I've got asparagus coming up, but I've got to backfill the bed. So I'm gonna need all of you gardeners out there that have grown asparagus and you have your bed kind of deplete down and you need to backfill it. Is it gonna be okay? Or do I need to uplift those roots, the root system, higher in the bed? That's a good question. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. So come on in and we'll do some transplanting. Okay, so I wanna tell you, all these sat on a heating mat too, a seed starting heated mat. So we're just gonna get all these tomatoes down into a bigger pot. And these have a kind of a outer shell around them. I'm gonna take that off. I want these roots to really, I don't mind if that peat's in there, but you see, I want that way down I want it as far down as I can get it, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm transplanting all the way up the stem because that, first off, that's gonna make that stem really strong. And I got a glove on one hand and not on the other. That makes a lot of sense. But that's, can you see that? See how I'm transplanting that because that tomato is gonna root all the way up and get real strong. I really want to succeed at this year because it's expensive to buy tomato plants, so, and pepper plants and all of those. Okay, so I've taken that. I'm just gonna grab some more of that peat. Let me put that on top somewhere. But see, the root system is pretty shallow. It hasn't even gone through that. So we're gonna get that way down to the bottom, and we'll get some soil over there. Oh, and I just pulled the top leaves off. Ah, crapola. Well, hopefully that didn't hurt. We're gonna hope for the best on that one. Try not to do that. Let's try another one. So yeah, the seed starting mat got these seeds started really quickly. I have to say I was pretty impressed with that, but then I'm not impressed with now I'm having to transplant like within I guess it's normal, I'm not sure, but I'm having to, they get pretty leggy and they're like not happy anymore, right? So backfill that dirt. Okay, so I'm gonna continue this process until I get this poor little 6-pack planted, okay, of the 12 tomato plants. And then I will replant some cilantro. Obviously the package that I had did not germinate well, so I'm gonna go to a newer package. Your seeds do expire, so I have wax paper down on my counter, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing. And you know what? It's just dirt. It'll clean up. It'll clean up as soon as I'm done, right? That's right. Okay, let's get this one in there. And oh yeah, don't waste any of that little peat moss. This stuff was fortified with oh, what was it? Oh, that really good vitamin B starter. So the plants, I mean, the seeds had a good start, so I don't feel bad about that. This one actually has 2 plants in it, so I might get 2 tomato plants. We'll see. I'm not going to try to separate them at this point, only because they're so little. Okay. And yeah, we're off to the races. We almost have a 6-pack transplanted. And the funny thing is, somebody has this job. I love it. I would love to have this job. Playing in the dirt. Only I'd be pretty messy, because I'm pretty messy. Okay. Yeah, let's get this. I just worry about that. That outer casing, the roots not being able to get established out there. So, and they say too, because these plants that are started inside like this, they don't get wind and all that. So the stems, to make them stronger, you should come in and once they kind of come up again, just to brush your hand over them. So okay, this 6-pack is done. As messy as it looks, I'm gonna water that in and we'll get this one planted and I'll bring you back because it's a mess. Okay, so I got the tomatoes transplanted and this is a Swiss chard. So I don't know how I started out with 12 pods, maybe. Anyways, some of these are just barely sticking out of there. Just barely. It's okay though. We're gonna help nurture these. These are early variety too. They're called the Glacier, Early Glacier. And I watered them down. I've got a little bit of water setting and the grow light is plenty adequate. So now I'm going to take you out to, and this is the next tomato I'm going to be starting as an early treat tomato, but I'm going to transplant the lettuces into aerated cups. And I'll show you that when I do that in my next video for the gardening. I'm not quite ready to do that tonight, but let's go out before it gets dark. Let's go out and show you what's going on outside. Hey, so first garden update for 2023 is here, and I have lots of cleanup to do out here. I let a lot of the plants go ahead and die back in the beds, and they'll give back the nutrients that are left in the plant. So there's a purpose. But look at, I have all, it's rained and rained and rained. I've got to come out here and weed all this. These will pop right out. But this is all garlic. Garlic for days. The only problem is I will have to do something, and most of it is hard neck. There's some soft neck, but the hard neck garlic I will have to either dehydrate or save it somehow, freeze it. This is all shallots. I cannot wait. I love shallots. Herbs. The herbs are coming back. Oregano, chives. I've already been cutting on the chives. Sage. These beds, I'll have to amend and pull everything. The leeks. Ooh. So leeks are a biannual. So they're trying to go to seed. That's now I need to pick these, and they dehydrate fabulous. If you want to see how I dehydrate those, let me know. Look at the size of that thing. That is, it's as big, it's bigger than my thumb. That's an asparagus. Asparagus, I've got 1, 2, and these are healthy. This plant's really healthy. I got more popping up, I see, coming out of the ground there. One down here and one down here, but you can see how far the bed has slumped down, and there's one there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna dig up underneath. Roots of asparagus go really deep, but I don't want to just bury all this and then not, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna lift those roots up and backfill this as best I can. If you have a different idea, or you've had this happen before, let me know, because this asparagus bed is now established. I want to nurture it along, but it needs to be replenished. The soil needs to be brought up. So help a sister out. I still have carrots in here. If these end up going to seed, and some of these are huge. Look at this. I don't know if I can get it to come out. Yeah, I can. Look at that carrot. Oh my goodness. And there's nothing wrong with that carrot. I'm going to take it in the house and wash it. Okay, carrots. They winter over, people. Okay, so I've got lots of carrots out here. More garlic. And look, I've got rhubarb. Oh, it's almost, it's April. So more garlic and shallots. Blueberry plants. And that too, I'm going to backfill in here. I feel like they've been pushed up. I've had a gopher back here, so I think they're pushing up underneath. Maybe, hopefully they don't take over. We've been trying to catch them and trap them. Anyway, so that tomato bed needs to be cleaned out, and of course this squash bed. But I want to amend this and get it all prepped, and this carrot bed and the asparagus bed are going to be my main focus right away, and then cleaning up all the weeds. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Okay guys, so that's my first garden update. Oh, I have so much work to do. It's still raining. It started raining when I was out there. We are still in the rainy season, so I am not gonna get much done until I have a clear day on a day off, and then I'll get out there and I'll weed really good. I wanted to show you, look at that darn carrot. Now this time of year, the carrots are going to change a little bit, but it's solid. And it had split only because it's so big, I'm sure. And I'm cutting this up because I'm gonna have it for lunches. I want to show you how beautiful, and of course give you a taste test. fresh carrots out of the garden. I may just pull the rest of them and either blanch them, freeze them, or can them. What would you like to see me do with the carrots that are left? Because literally I have not had to buy carrots, and I'm planting another bed of carrots because I haven't had to buy carrots all winter. It's been really nice. Whenever I've made soup or stew or anything, between my freeze-dried Thrive carrots, if it's too cruddy to go outside, and the carrots I have outside, I'm good to go. But these are so good, fresh. Okay, so I peeled that down. Take your peels and throw them into the compost pile, or give them to your chickens. If you have chickens or goats or anything, they love them. Okay, so we'll cut this again. So again, nice and solid. Okay. Let's see if it gets, I'm expecting the big end to be a little woody, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm just cutting them into carrot sticks, and we'll go from there. This big carrot would be enough for a big pot of soup to add as an aromatic, right? So I don't see any real woody areas. A little, maybe a little bit right there. Yeah, but you cut that out. Let's see. Let's give it a taste test. See, there's a little spot there. That is woody. It's got such a good carrot flavor though. I don't even care. So I would take the woody ends, the actually down here at the fat end, that looks like it's pretty good. And these have been out there uncovered all winter. Oh yeah. That's going with me to work tomorrow. So good. So good. But even if they were all woody, you can feed your chickens, your goats, your cows, whatever you've got. If you've got livestock, pigs, so good. So don't throw it away. And or use it in your compost. Sorry. It's hard to eat a carrot and talk. But these are going into a sandwich baggie for me for lunch. I just wanted to bring you along. I've been wanting to go out there several times, and the weather wasn't perfect, or the timing. You know how that goes. So guys, let me know what you're growing, what you're planting. Does your garden look as bad as mine? All my beds, everything needs to be revamped right now and cleaned up. And so if you're in the same boat as I am, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Share this on your Facebook page or your social media. And please, if you like this sort of stuff, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Whenever I upload, you'll get a new video, because I'm going to do garden updates throughout the summer. Whether it's a fail or a win, I'm always going to bring you along. So whatever I end up doing with the asparagus, I'll let you know. But if you guys have help or helpful hints, leave it down in the comments and I'll answer any questions I can. But I'm going to read all of them and I will respond to you. So, all right, we'll see you next time. Bye. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching the video. I appreciate it so very much. I hope you'll give me some tips and tricks, and I'll see you next time.